Bowling Green's a special place. It is so special. Everything about this place has helped shape me to who I am today and to get me to this point. You've got the greatest of all time in Doc Emmerich, who, got his name right here in this building. So those are the ones that I wanted to be like, when I first got into my interest in broadcasting. I got into broadcasting hockey by accident. I went to a Bowling Green radio sports organization meeting. Actually, one of my best friends dragged me off the couch in my dorm room over at Kreischer Compton. I can talk hockey. I know enough about hockey to be dangerous. So I did my first game as a color analyst. That's where my passion for broadcasting was born, that first hockey game here at the Ice Arena. I remember I actually watched my very first hockey game when I was in the 3rd grade. I went home and I watched the Detroit Red Wings and Edmonton Oilers, and they had Mike Greer and George the Rock on the team. So to see 2 black players playing in the NHL, that was huge for me. It let me know there was a place for me, there was a place for my fandom within the game of hockey. And that's where my hockey fandom came from. Being the first black play-by-play announcer in the NHL is something that I wasn't able to put into words at first. And when I think about it, it's still, in a positive way, it's unbelievable. I've been very, very fortunate throughout my career. I've never been treated differently because I'm a black man. If I can be that influence, if I can be that positive inspiration for the next 9-year-old black kid growing up in Detroit, I owe it to myself to take on that responsibility. I've always wanted to be seen as a good broadcaster. I don't want to be a good black broadcaster. I don't want to be the best black broadcaster. I want to be the best broadcaster. But I think more importantly, I want to be known as someone who did everything they could to get more minorities, more women, more historically underrepresented populations involved in our game. I want to let those people know there's a place for your voice, there's a place for your fandom, there's a place for you within our game, and I think that's so important. I got the call on July 14th that I've been officially offered a position in the NHL, and that was, I cried, I was so happy, I was elated, I jumped up and down, I just hugged my wife, and it finally paid off. So it was really, really cool, man. I still get goosebumps when I think about it, when I tell people about it. That the first goal that I ever set for myself professionally finally came true. And it was so cool. After the NHL called, my first call was to my mother. My wife was sitting right there, so obviously she knew. I put it on speaker, and we cried together, and we were laughing and celebrating, and it was great. And then the first call was to my mom, and of course she was really happy and so proud of me. But the first person to call me was Ty Agner, Bowling Green head coach Ty Agner, and I could sense it in his voice how proud he was. And he told me, I'll never forget this. He said, this is just as big. This is just as important as if it were one of our players. You are Bowling Green hockey. You come from this program. We're so proud of you. To have him call me was awesome, man. I'm not in this position without Bowling Green. This doesn't happen without BG. It gives you goosebumps looking at it, thinking about it. And then I thought to myself, I was like, I wonder if I can get on that wall one day. To know that, they plan on putting me on that wall, man, that's cool. That's really, really cool. And like I said earlier, man, Bowling Green, I'm not in this position without BG and without the hockey program. I've been molded, I've been shaped, I've been developed by Bowling Green, and that's it. Without Bowling Green, I'm not in the NHL. I'm not a hockey broadcaster. I'm not the person that I am without Bowling Green.